What's up, you data friends? It's Yanis here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take some Excel raw data that looks like this and turn it into this Power BI dashboard that is fully interactive and it looks very professional. A quick note about the raw data: we have run some Python code and made a lot of predictions in the previous videos in case you want to follow those through before you do this video. It is actually a tutorial on supervised machine learning. We've tried to solve this spaceship Titanic competition from KAGGLE. We ran our models, we evaluated our models, we've tried a lot of different optimization techniques, we've made our predictions, and then we've exported the raw data. And this is the raw data we are going to use for this tutorial in order to build this dashboard. If you're not interested in the Python stuff, then you can start this video from here. I'm going to have the Excel raw data and the PBIX file and the code in my GitHub page, so you can download the Excel file and start this tutorial from here. And before we kick this off, let me just say that if you're passionate about data analytics and data science, then I would really appreciate it if you click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and enable notifications for my future videos. Right, the first thing we have to do is open a new blank Power BI file and then load our raw data. So this is the new Power BI file. We need to go into Get Data, Excel Workbook. Here, you're going to need to go on the location you have downloaded the Excel file. I'm going to have it in my GitHub page, and then to all files, and this is going to be the Power BI raw data. So this one over here. On this window, we can investigate our data if it's the correct data, which it is, and then we click on load. So now we have our Power BI raw data over here on the right hand side, and if you expand this, you can see all the column names, which is all of these column names. In case you want to investigate this data, you can actually go over here on the data tab, click on the table, and then you'll be able to visualize all of the data you have just loaded. Right, going back in the main page. So now I want to change the background of my canvas. So we can go over here in the format your report page, click on canvas settings, actually canvas background, change this to this light gray, and then reduce the transparency so it's gray now. I also want to increase my canvas settings. So here I can select custom, and then on the height I can leave that, or maybe let's make it 1000, and then let's make the width 1500. Then I need to go over here and then click on page view and then fit to width, so we can use all the space. The next thing we have is this bluey picture over here. The way I managed to do this is that I went into the competitions page, so over here, and then I've used the snipping tool. So I did like this, new, and then I've snipped a line like this over here, and then I've saved it, file save as a picture, and then we can load that picture into this Power BI file. So I can click on insert, and then I can do an image. This is the image I have saved. I click open. Now I need to resize this. So in order to resize this, we're going to need to make this a bit smaller. Then we're going to need to increase this size like this, then make this smaller again. And then we need to click on style and then maybe fit like this. I also want to add a background, and the background is going to be this white. I've changed the wrong background. I need to go back over here, then change this. This is the background I want to add. So general, where is it? Image, action, no, style, general, properties, no, effects, background. There we go. We found it. White background like this. And I want to make it a bit smaller because I don't want it to be taking the whole page. So something like this. Next, I want to change the theme. So I don't like this theme over here, which is selected. I don't know which one is this. I think it's this one. I always like to use the classic theme. So classic theme is changing the colors every time you go into colors. So if we go back into the background again and we check, now we have a different palette of colors over here. The next thing we need to do is to add our title, and that is going to have to be a text box. So we go under insert text box, and then we create this text box, we push it at the top, and then we paste our title, which is going to be, I'm going to copy and paste it, so we save time, copy, paste over here, put it in the middle, make it a bit smaller, add the background, so effects, background white, fully transparent, and then use exactly the same size, so take it a bit up, make sure this is aligned, make sure this is aligned, perfect. Right, the next thing we want to do is to add our slices. So every time I create a new report, I try to add the slices at the top because it looks more professional. The business can come into your dashboards, select whatever they want to slice, and then see the data below. You don't want to be having slices all the way down here, for example, because maybe someone has filtered something and the other person doesn't know, or they forget what they filtered. So this is why I always like them at the top. So the first one we're going to add is the age range. So very quickly, we haven't really explained this data, but what it has, if we go back to the competition quickly, so you can read about the data over here, we have passenger ID data, we have the home planet, we have the cryo sleep, we have the cabin, we have the destination that they went to, we have their age, whether they are VIP or not, we have the amount of money they've spent, their names, if they are transported, yes or no. And we have also added some new columns that have the predictions in our Excel file. So this is our data. Sorry, we should have explained it at the beginning. So the first slicer we want to add is the age. So if we drag age quickly like this, you're going to see, what is this? A cluster column chart. But we can change this to a slicer like this, and this is going to add this slicer with the slider itself. So very quickly, we're going to go over here. We are going to add effects, background yes, transparency to 0, so it's white. We are going to add a title, which is the age range, because it's a range. Then we are going to go to visual, remove the slicer header, go back, title, put this in the center, change the color to black, increase the size to 12, like this. So now we have the age range. Next, we want to add the home planet, the phase, and the transported status. So we are going to find the home planet, drag it in, change it to filter, like this, then make it a bit smaller. Now I want to apply some of the same steps as before. So what I can do is that I can select this visual, go to home, click on format painter, and then touch on the home planet. So this is giving it the white background and also removing the title, I think. What is it removing? Let me check. It's removing the slicer header and it's adding the title. The title is going to be the home planet. Is that correct? Yeah, home planet. Like this, and then we also want to change this. So if you check this quickly, the alignment is different, and in order to achieve this, we need to go over here, slicer settings, change the orientation from vertical to horizontal, and now we have this the same style as the other dashboard. So put it a bit here. Next, I'm going to copy this and paste it twice. And one of them is going to be, what was the categories? Phase and then transported status. So click over here, search for phase, drag phase over here, remove this, then change the name to phase. Oh, I've changed the wrong one, sorry. Let's leave home planet as is. Phase and then transported status. So click over here. Transported status. Let me see which field is it quickly. Yeah, transported. So transported, replace it, remove it, go over here. Actually, let me copy this. Then go into the title, change this status like this. Not status, status. Yep. And then the last filter we want to add is the predicted probability, yes or no. So we go into our data, define the probability of yes, we drag it over here, we change it to a slider, filter with slider, sorry. We click on this one, we click on Format Painter, we touch this again, and now we need to add the same title as this one. I am going to copy it very quickly, so we save time. So we copy this, come over here, we paste it into the title, like this, and now we have this filter ready too. Now we need to resize also the fit. In order to make them fit, we can go over here, under general, get the width, so 248, go back, select all with control, then go into, over here, go in general properties, change the width to 248, then I need to take the whole space like this. I think this is too small though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've made something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 8. Maybe the canvas is different. Let's check the canvas. 1, 2, 8, 0. So that's why I have more space here. So let's make this smaller. Canvas, there we go, is 1, 2, 8, 0. 1, 2, 8, 0. Yeah, there we go. That's why it was looking way bigger. So we can make this much smaller now. Let me see. Yeah, I think like this is fine. Like this. Then this one face like this. Then not this one over here smaller. Then this one a bit smaller. Then we can select all. Format, align at the top. We can also align, distribute horizontally like this. I don't really like that it's taking the whole space. Oh, it's because we haven't made it smaller before. So if you look at this, oh, it's still bigger. Okay, there we go. So if I make it like this, then I need to make this one a lot smaller. This is because we had bigger size before and then we reduced it. That's why we couldn't see the empty spaces at the end. So now if we move this bit over here like this, and then this one at the top, this one at the top, top, and then I can select all again, and then to format, align, distribute, and then align also at the top. Yep, this is much nicer now. We've missed the empty spaces on the right hand side, so it didn't look as good. Right, if we go back now, the next thing we want to add is two big cards. The first one is the number of passengers, and the second one is the total spent. To do the number of passengers, we need to create this card first. So it's this one over here. So we can put it under this one like this, and then we need to count the distinct passenger IDs. So we can drag it in, count distinct. There we go. Then we also want to do the white background. So if I select this, touch it, then I need to go here, remove the category label, add title. This is the number of passengers. Yep, passengers like this. Middle correct, 12 correct. Then I also want to go in the visual callout, put 0 over here, and then none like this. So let's check. There you go, you see it's exactly the same. Another way to check is through the Excel file. So if we open the Excel file and then we select all the passenger IDs, we can see that we have 12,971. So 9,070 because we are excluding the name of the title. So this is actually correct. Next, I want to change the color. So if I go over here and then if I go in the callout, change this color to be similar to this blue over here. I am actually going to copy the hex. So we use the same colors. If I go over here, I can copy this hex, come back over here, and then I can paste the hex. There you go. So it's the same color. The next thing now is that we want to add the total spend, which is this spend we have over here, the total spend. However, in order to add the total spend, we first need to calculate it. Because if you check the Excel file, we don't really have a total spend column. We only have these columns over here, which if we sum them together, is going to be the total spend. So we actually need to create a new measure that sums all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns together. To do this, we need to right click on our data and then create a new measure. This new measure is going to be the total spend, and then equals, then we need to sum our columns. So that's going to be, we're going to start with the food court. So this one over here, then we need to do plus the sum of the second one is going to be the, let's check, the room service. The third one is going to be plus sum the shopping mall. The fourth one is going to be the spa. And then the fifth one is going to be the is it VR tech? Yeah, it's VR tech. So VR tech. Close bracket, click enter, and then if we drag this new field into our cart, this is the total spend. We need to select it, click on the dollar value. There we go. We also need to copy the hex, so the color. So over here, call out, copy this. By the way, we have 19 million over here, and this one has 18. So we are probably missing something. Let's investigate this quickly. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here in our measure, we have, let's check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the spa. Why is this? So we have the food court correct, we have the spa, which is correct, we have the shopping mall, which is correct, we have the VR tech, which is correct. Oh, we have the spa twice here. Spa. So actually this is wrong. The old report is wrong. I'm not going to fix it for now, but remember this, we have the spa twice. We are missing the room service. So this is why they don't match. Good catch, by the way. See, if you double check twice, you find mistakes. Right, the next thing we want to do now is to add this number of passenger per age. So this is our main graph. In order to do this now, let's go over here. We need the age, the number of passengers, and then whether they are transported or not. So we go over here, we create this, which one is it? I think it's this one over here. No, it's actually clustered, so it should be this one. We want the age, the number of passengers, so count of passenger ID, let's do distinct. And then we also need to have the legend, which is whether they are transported or not. So we have 3 categories over here, 0, 1, and blank. Blank is the new unseen data. So this data, we don't really know if they are transported or not from our trained data set. However, we have made predictions. We do have the transported prediction down here, which we're going to display later on. So let's resize this. Let's copy the format. So let's do this, copy, touch over here. Then we need to go over here, change the legend to be on the bottom center like this. Then we need to change the coloring, and let's make sure we use the same coloring. So if we go over here under columns, then we go back, we need to go here under columns, copy. Here blank is going to be this. Actually, this is not blank, this is 1. I think it's this one, then we need to go back. Then the second one is going to be the 0. So this is the 0 over here, this is the 0, enter, and then we need the blank is going to be this green. So we can copy, come back, blank, this green, exactly like this. Then I'm going to copy the title like this. Then we need to go back and then paste the title under the title, and then this is done. There we go. So let me see how much space do we take. Is it correct? Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. Right. The next thing we want to add now, let me just make this a bit bigger like this, is these 2 visuals down here. So the number of passengers per phase and also the spend by transported status. So to create this one, we're going to need, if we check this over here, the phase, because we have existing data and also new data, that we are making predictions, we have the distinct count of passenger ID and whether they are transported or not. So we need to go back over here. We need to click this graph. We need the face. Then we have whether they are transported or not as a legend. And then we need the distinct passenger ID over here, count distinct, like this. Then we need to click on this one, format, touch. There we go, we have the colors, which is great. Let's make this a bit bigger. I think this is fine. Then this needs to be bigger too. Then the next thing we want to do is to go over here, increase the size of this y-axis so everything is visible. Then we need to add the data labels like this. Then we need to change the colors of the data labels. So if we do blank over here, let's check. Blank is the gray. Okay, it's different coloring. So we need to use different coloring. So we need to go under bars. This blank is going to be the gray. Then the 0 is correct. The 1 is correct. Then under options, if we select the, the values, where is it? Data labels. Sorry, I'm confused. The blank, correct. The color of it is going to be black maybe? Like this, blank, or maybe gray. Let's do gray, dark gray. Yeah. Existing data, we are going to change this with, I don't know, let's do black for the other two. So this is black, and then the one, black, no, let's do white for this one. Yep, there we go. So everything is visible right now. The next thing we need to do is to change the title. So we'll go back. General title, copy like this over here, and then title like this. Yep. Sorry, the reason I'm copying and pasting all the time is so we save more time, so you don't spend time seeing me typing stuff, and we can move this tutorial fast. Right, next we need the spend by transported status. So this is going to be a pie chart, and we need to add the, let's check the transported status and then the total spend. So if we go back, we need to copy this and paste it. Actually, let's create a new one. Let's click on this one, donut. It's not pie, it's donut. We put it over here, resize, resize. Then we need the transported like this, and then we need the spend, which is this one over here. Then we need to touch this one. Actually, let's do this one from a painter. Touch. We need to go over here. We need to go here. We need the details. We need to change this to maybe all, maybe not all, maybe this one. Yep. So the 3 million, 20%. We also need the legend. Where is the legend? We need to put the legend. There we go. Transported. We have. We need to change the colors so they are the same. So we need to go over here. Slices. 0 is going to be correct. Blank is. Well, we need to put gray. Let's check. Is gray nicer than this green, or we actually need to put the green? Let's do green. Green, I think, is nicer. So we need to change this one to green too, so it makes more sense. Yeah, like this. Green, green, green for blank. Blank is the new unseen data, so we don't have actuals. We have predictions, however, for them. And then zeros are the ones that have not been transported. And then 1 is the ones that have been transported. Right, the next thing we need to add is the model accuracy. So we need a card, so I can copy this card actually, Control C, Control V, then put it over here at the top, resize this, and then search for model accuracy, drag it in, let's see, did it work? No, over here, we need the average, not the sum. We need to select this. We need to make it a percentage, and we need 2 decimal places. However, we need to go over here and then add 2, like this. So this is the model accuracy. So go general title, accuracy, like this. Then the next thing we want to add is the transported actuals and then the predicted. So how many people were transported in actuals, how many did not, and also the predicted values down there. So in order to do this, I need to go back. Then over here, we need to remove this. We need this graph over here. We need to put it here like this. Then we need the transported actuals and the number of IDs. Then count distinct like this. Then I need to go over here, change this to categorical, then make it a bit bigger so they are visible. Then I need to touch this one, format painter, touch this one so it's visible. Again, I need to go back, I need to add the phase into the filters, and I only want to have existing data, so no new data. Why is it still like this? I think, yeah, it went back from continuous to categorical, sorry. Okay, 0 is visible now. I don't want two different colors. I want to have the same color. So bars, both bars like this. Why is 0? Let me see, show all. Yep, that's why. Then I need to copy this, paste it below. I actually need to change the title. Let me go back. Let me get, this is the transported actuals. So general title, copy, go back. Over here, general title, paste. And then over here, this is the transported predicted. And over here, I need to go back. I need to change the transported to the predicted values. Remove this, true or false. I also need to change the coloring. So this one, we are using the light purple. So over here, bars, color, this one, and there we go. I think we need to make this a bit bigger, and then let's make this a bit bigger, and then this a bit bigger. So now we have how many people we have transported in actuals. So new data is only going to have the predicted values. Why it doesn't have predicted values? Oh, I need to remove this, sorry, there we go. So it has the predicted values. So we have 4,277 new predictions, and from these people, these 2,000 were transported, and then these 2,000 were not. Actually, we predict that those 2,000 people are going to be transported and the others will not, because these are predictions and these ones are our actuals. Right, so the next thing we want to do now is to add this summary table down here, so we will be able to see from the new data these true predictions, who are these people. So now we can see these people, their probability of being transported, and all of their details. So if I put this over here, so I see the fields and then the order of the fields. I think it's stuck. Oh, there we go. I think it works now. I need to create a new table like this. I need to take the whole space like this. I need to make this a bit bigger. And over here, I need to add all the fields. So I need the passenger ID. Then I need the name and the home planet. So we need the name over here. Then we need the home planet over here. Then we need destination and cry or sleep. So destination over here, then cry or sleep over here. Then we need the age and then the VIP. So age, we don't want to summarize it, so don't summarize. Then we want the VIP. Then we want the cabin category. Sorry, this is not added. Come on. VIP. Then cabin category. Then we need the deck and the side. So deck. Then we need the side. Then we need the total spend, which is this new measure we created. Then we need the phase. So phase over here. Then we need the actual transported don't sum. So don't summarize, and then the transported prediction like this, and then the transported probability, yes, and then we don't need to summarize this one. Right, next I want to go over here and then change the style to minimal. I always like to use this minimal style. Then I need to, let me put this back. So I need to conditionally format, let me unfilter so you can see. I want to conditionally format the total spend and the probability to have these conditions. So if I go back, first of all, let's make sure we take all the space. So if we do it like this, because it's aesthetically nice to see all the space and not just some of the space. Yep, I think we take all the space now. let's make this a bit bigger, like this. We also need to change the grids. So this one to this light purple. Yep, much nicer. Now we need to go over here, the cell elements. We need to select the total spend. Then we need to add background and then edit this formula. We want the lowest to be the light purple. Oh, I don't have it here. Okay, let me cancel. Let's get the light purple, which is from data labels. And now it's from columns. Copy the hex, go back, click on the table. We need to add the background actually, so let's do this. It doesn't have the white background, now it does, but we've changed the style again. Sorry guys, we are going back and forth. Change the grid. Yep, like this. Then we go down to cell elements, we select the total spend, we edit the background over here, we change this color to this, and then we change this color to something way darker, maybe this one. Click OK. There we go. So if we order it now, ooh, it's not visible, so we need lighter colors. So if we click again, click over here, change the color, then maybe something lighter. Is this readable? Yeah, this is a bit more readable. Let me check. I think we need to change the specific column, total spend. We can change the text. What text is it gonna work? I think maybe white. White gonna work? Yeah, white works. It's actually a lot nicer right now with the background and the white. And then the next conditional format we need to add is the probability. So if it's yes or no, let me make this it's visible. So we remove this, we go back, transported probability. Actually, for predicted probability, we're gonna need the data bus, but because it's not being brought in as a number, we don't have it. In order to change this to number, we need to go back. We need to do the average predicted probability. So we're not summing. Then we need to remove this average so it's visible like this. Probability. Click enter. Now we go back, cell. We select the predicted probability, and now we can add the data labels like this. We can edit the color, and we can select one of the colors we've used. So this one over here. And now we have the predicted probability, and if we order it, we can see the probabilities of each person being transported or not. Right, so now that we have created this summary table, we can easily select, let's say, the new data, and then check our predictions. So now we have the trues and the falses. And if we select the true ones, we can see that all these people and their names, we predicted them that we are going to transfer them or they're going to be transported, and all these people are not going to be transported. And we can also check other details like their total spend or their age differences, or we can even add more variables over here because we do have a lot of variables. But because we want to keep this very simple, we are not going to add any other variables. The next thing we want to add now is these two flow graphs over here. They show the same thing, so we can use one or the other, but I'm going to show you how to import them and use both of them, because you can see from Earth how many people transported to this 55 country, or how many people moved to this PSO, or how many people moved to this Trappist -1. And it's the same things with this flowchart. They show exactly the same thing. So first we need to create this title. So if we go back, so actually first we need to increase the size. So if we go over here, canvas settings, we need to increase the height to, let's do 1300 maybe. Do we have enough space? Maybe a bit more. Maybe let's do, I don't know, 800. No, actually I've done something wrong here. Go back, height, change this to 5. Let's see. Yep, there is way more space now. So I go back, I copy the title, the text box, I paste it, I move it down here like this. Then I align it to everything else, so everything is nicely aligned. Then I need to go back over here. I'm going to copy the title, come back into our dashboard, paste the title over here. Then I need to go into get more visuals because these are not native Power BI visuals. Click on get more visuals. Here we need to search for the chord. I think it's called chord. Let's check. Is this one? No, it's not. That's the second one. Chord is this one. And then click on add. And now we see a warning, and this is telling us that it was successfully imported, and it's this one over here. And I'm also going to add the second one, which is called, I don't know, but I've seen it. Is this one, the Sankey chart. So we click on it, we click add, and this is going to add the second graph. Click OK. We start from the first one, we click on it. First we need to resize, so let's make sure it takes half of the space, like this. Then on from, we need to add the home planet, then 2 is the destination, and then values, we are going to have whether, no, actually values is the count of passenger, so passenger ID. Let's see, why is this not working? I think it's because it's not counting, count distinct. There we go, now it works. We need the white background, so we can click on this one, format painter, come down here. Oh, it doesn't allow us. Oh, it does. There we go. Then we need to edit the title, but I'm going to leave it for now. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy this, paste it, and then I'm going to show you the second graph. So we actually need to make this a bit bigger. Then maybe make this a bit bigger, like this. And then now I'm going to click on the second graph. And as you can see, straight away, it applied the same changes. So this is telling us how many people we move from Earth to each one of these 3 planets, how many people we move from Europa into each of these 3 planets. I call them planets, by the way, I assume they're planets. And then how many people we move from Mars to these destinations over here. So both of these flow graphs, they show the same thing. One negative is that I cannot really show how many are transported, yes or no, so the 0 and 1, which is our prediction, but I just wanted to show you how to create these 2 flow graphs. The last thing we're going to do now is to discuss how the business can use this dashboard, because as a data scientist or a data analyst, when you run your predictions, you're going to need a way to deploy them and share your results with the business. So let's say you've made any predictions now, not just on this case, any predictions, the business can come into the dashboard and investigate your predictions. So maybe they want to play with the threshold. So the probability of our predictions is on 50%, but maybe they want to select everything that has a probability of being transported or any other probability of more than 80%. So this is why this is very important, because these 80%, we are very certain that they're going to land or they're going to happen or it's going to be true or it's going to be 1. That's why it's very important to adding this predicted probability over here. And after they play with the threshold, then they can investigate all of their data. These can be anything, not just names of people. It could be the deals, it could be the revenue, it could be anything that the business you're working in is doing. So this is going to enable them to do very good analytics and predictions on their business. Let me move this back again. Right. So this is it for this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've gained enough value out of this video. If you feel like you did, then please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and enable notifications for my future videos. If you have any notes or any questions or any suggestions, then please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'm going to see you in the next video.